Hello, this is John Wellman, and this is Module 1, Analysis of Well-Written Implemented Vision and Mission Statements. So these are my personal demographics. I'm 47 years old. I've been in education for 25 years. I'm married to my wife, Carrie, here at the bottom right, and she's a title reading teacher, and we work in the same school building, which is interesting. We have 3 children, Ella, Emily, and Nolan, and we live on a family farm 7 miles west of Sterling, Kansas. So my education teaching experience, I graduated from Kansas State University in 1998. For 11 years, I taught at Grapevine Colleyville in Texas. I did 10 years of 4th grade, 1 year of 3rd grade. That was a fairly large school with around 600 students. I believe we had 6 4th grade classes, 6 classes per grade level, and I was a team leader during that time. Then we moved back to Kansas in 2009, and I taught 5th grade at Chase, Kansas, USD 401. And from 2017 until present, I've been at Nickerson, South Hutchinson, USD 309. And during that time, I taught 4th grade for a year. Then I did high school weightlifting for 3 years. And then the last 2 years, I've been doing 6th grade math and science. I've also coached football, basketball, softball, baseball, track, wrestling, even jump rope. Almost every sport there is to coach, I've coached in some form or fashion. I've also actually kind of cut way back on coaching recently so I could be a little more present. I have 2 daughters in high school and 1 in middle school, so I was missing a lot of their activities. So I've kind of cut way back on coaching. So here's my critical analysis of the articles. So vision statement, a school's vision statement outlines a school's values and objectives. The vision statements are important for keeping a school focused on its core purpose. Vision statements describe high-level goals for the future. You can't have a mission statement, the path your school should be on, without a vision statement, the destination your school should arrive at. And the vision speaks to the organization's purpose to exist. So vision statements are where we want to end up. It's the end goal, and you have to start with that in mind before you write your mission statement. So mission statements, everyone in the school needs to be able to articulate the mission statement. So it needs to be something that's implemented and talked about and used both among staff and with students. But, your mission statement is what are we about? Where are we going? What do we want to do? The school's stated mission and values are based on what's important to the school community. So it shouldn't just be a mission statement written by a couple of administrators or the administrators and staff. You really need your entire school community involved in that mission statement writing. A mission statement doesn't mean much unless it's deeply integrated into how a school operates. Mission statements explain what the school is currently doing to achieve its vision. And a mission statement describes the practical commitments and actions a school believes will help achieve its vision. They should be SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-based. Core set of values. So mission statements and vision statements, they help a school community reflect on its core educational values, and they can also rally support for core values. A mission statement gives belief, a shared purpose, and a school culture. Statements should not just be academic, but should also focus on mental health and well-being. And any school that is serious about changing the status quo for its students must start with a thorough evaluation of its core beliefs and how they may be articulated in clear mission and vision statement. Promotion of current and future success, well-being of each student adult. So in order to make sure you're including everyone, you really should invite your entire community to create your school's mission statement. Make sure the mission statement addresses the unique needs and goals of your school. So, for example, what might be a good statement for one school might not apply to another school. You need to periodically review your mission statement and vision statement to assess whether it's making progress towards the goals, reflect on any setbacks, and reconfirm its commitments. So knowledge, skills, and commitments needed to collaboratively lead, design, and implement mission and vision. So first, you need to gather the stakeholders. You need to look at your school, your data, and identify issues. What strengths do you have? What weaknesses do you have? What opportunities do you have for growth? Look at the future. What will we look like if we are successful? Write your first draft Make sure you're avoiding cliches, be specific, be authentic, give the mission statement to the community and ask for feedback. And then last, you would put your mission statement into action. So the process to maintain continuous improvement that reflects core set of values and priorities. First of all, you have to really implement it. There's a conference of 200 educators, and less than 10% could articulate their school's vision statement. So that's kind of a problem there. And a mission statement is meaningless if it's full of broad, ambiguous statements. Many educators are skeptical in response to previous experiences in schools that undertook the process but failed to enact changes. So in other words, if you're going to go through the process of this with your staff and then you don't do anything with your mission statement, then that just sends a message to everyone that it's a waste of time and it's meaningless. You should be proud to share your vision statement on letterheads, websites, walls, cars, wherever you can. Everyone at the school should know and live the school's values. An outside observer should be able to tour your school and come up with examples that match the words in your statement to the actions of members in your school community. Critical analysis. So what is my school's mission statement, value statement, and core set of values? So this is Nickerson USD 309. Its vision statement is meeting you where you are and taking you where you want to go. Its mission statement is USD 309 educates, inspires, and challenges every individual every day to achieve intellectual and personal excellence. So how do these statements compare and contrast what you've learned from the research? Overall, I think the vision statement is good and it can be applied to every student. I like how it has flexibility and acknowledges that each student is starting at a different place and has different goals and aspirations. A negative part, I just don't feel like is very specific. It's very, maybe too broad and needs to be narrowed down a little bit. It doesn't really tell it's not very specific about what we're going to do to make sure our students reach their full potential. How do they support the educational success and well-being of each student and adult at your school? Well, both statements stress individual success, both academically and personally. The statements are clear that what that success looks like is different for different students. Who led or was involved in the collaborative design and implementation of your school's statements and values? So we started off working with administrators and staff on a staff development day. The ideas were then taken to a committee of administrators, teachers, parents, and high school students. Then they presented the first draft to the community and school board for input. Then, of course, they ended up with the final draft that they put in place. What were the processes used at your school to collaboratively design and implement these school mission vision statements? So committee was used, feedback was sought. I can't say that the district's done a great job with implementing the statements. I am aware of the statements. They're posted in various places, but I don't really feel that these statements are used to form decisions or make policies or help decide what staff developments we attend and so forth. How does your school support continuous improvement that reflects a core set of values and priorities? Well, I do feel like our school uses data to make decisions about areas that we need improvement through staff development. I don't feel like we use our vision and mission statements specifically to guide improvement. How have the vision and mission statements and core values influenced continuous improvement in your school? Honestly, I don't know that they have. Like I said, I don't know that our school is using those to really form decision making. What changes, if any, would you propose to your administration in order to make your mission vision statement better? I don't know that they need to be changed. There just needs to be a much bigger focus on implementation. Concluding statements, correlation, collaboratively evaluate, develop, and communicate a school mission and vision designed to reflect a core set of values and priorities that include data use, technology, equity, diversity, digital citizenship, and community. So this assignment was valuable because I was able to read 13 articles with information about the differences between vision statements and mission statements. The articles talked about the best practices in writing statements and getting community buy-in for those statements. And then I was also able to review and critique the vision and mission statements for USD 309. Why is this relevant? This information will be tremendously helpful as a future principal in helping to guide me in the statement writing process. It will also be important that I implement the district's vision and mission statements and use them to help guide decisions. Reflection. I now have a better understanding of the importance of vision and mission statements. I understand the process that should be followed when writing statements. I also understand how statements can define the culture and attitude of your school. I know that statements should be clear and concise and infused into the school curriculum. And here are my references.